Hello audience, welcome back to Masquerade, Coteries of New York. Double spiral, you can hope and can't destroy harm on the game, harmony from within. Anyway, let's go. Let's go and destroy camera business. Hope's poorly scribbled message reaches you into heaven within an unmarked envelope. Fascinating. You found barely legible address you are supposed to reach, and the hour you expected to arrive there. This is it then, the night of the final showdown. You check on the clock, there is way more than enough time to comfortably reach your destination, but you decide to take a drive earlier just in case. The ride is uneventful, but becomes more and more tense as goes on. The gravity of the situation starts getting to you. You're about to get on to operating against a key New York City figure. Well connected with both human and vampire elites. While if their security overwhelms you, how will the council react to your raid? As a matter of fact, it's a little bit worrisome, but we're doing the watchdogs thingy, so let's see where it's gonna lead us. You can only trust that Hope has told O'Hale true. She doesn't seem like the type who attempt a suicidal mission. You never know. Someone will argue about that, but let's see where it leads us. Which isn't something you typically say about a person who regularly inflicts violence herself in front of a camera. Yeah, that's my point. When you arrive at your destination, you find yourself in front of a building with a double spiral logo on it. This must be Montgomery headquarters then. Really? This hellhole? Look around the street and notice an obnoxious Lamadier Mazda car parked nearby. Even though you've never seen it before, you might have an idea who it belongs to. You park your own car at a distance from the double spiral building and approach the Mazda. A familiar figure is behind the wheel holding a smartphone in her phone. You knock on the window and she opens a window without turning her eyes from the device. Romance apocalypse. Wow, you're early. Too early. Shouldn't you be hiding? Didn't think I found you right in the front of the building. Don't care much of the inconspicuous. Why should I be inconspicuous? I'm not planning to come back alive. I guess it was a suicidal mission. Great. She lets that silence linger there for 10 seconds, then she stopped piping. Diverts her eyes from the screen and gives you a melancholical stare. And winks. Psych. 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 And I look at her 90 now, he's like, psych my ass! God damn it. Come on, what's with the face? I suffer from too much FOMO to let myself die. FOMO? Ah, fear of missing out. Fascinating, you have too many acronyms. I'm really having a hard time to keep up, okay? I got accounts to run, notification to check. A YouTube channel to take care. Plus, no way in hell I love Montgomery. The satisfaction of a draw, we're going there to secure a flawless victory. No time to wait. Let's go. Now let's go. She gets out of the car and motions you to walk with her. Anyhow, glad you managed to make a sense of my ugly scribbles. I was hoping you printed out, but I guess not everyone can. I totally forgot how exhausting it is to write stuff by hand. And you can type by one hand, while on the other. Okay. Still not exhausting as having to deliver a message personally to someone's store. Next time you meet Langley, ask her to get you a flip phone or something. Okay, don't you have one? You reach the front of the building. We're about to burn this shittle down to the ground. Yeah. What's the plan? I really wouldn't mind if you let me know what's the plan this time. Oh, Andorea, baby. One will think that by now. You know I'm need-to-know basis kind of girl. Yes, but actually there is not much of a plan to talk about. Hey! You've done all the hard work during your meeting with Kara. So do I not need to step into the ring? I hope so. You see, our job is easy. We need to get in, destroy the server containing all double spiral research, and walk out. No spectacle, no dramatic showdowns, no shooting, no death. Now I know exactly what you are going to say. Wouldn't that be defended? But wait, Hope, if this data is so priceless, shouldn't she have an external backups? If Kara complete dunge? Yeah, actually. Yeah, actually, backups. To be honest, wouldn't that be too expensive? I mean, it's a fuck ton of service and information. Excellent my neonate friend, the answer is yes, she's a dunce. But aside from her numerous negative quality, she also has a positive one. She's totally paranoid. Yeah, I could have guessed that. She used to be a naive dumbest who would even cover over her laptop camera. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing, my FBI, my FBI boy? Enjoying the let's play, huh? She lost her trust in external companies after a little cyber espionage incident. She obsessed with not uploading her precious data anywhere online. Now she only has a physical backup hidden deep inside the headquarters. Nobody has an idea where it might be, but I do. You do. Normally never able to reach the place. Double spiraling like an underground base, the walls and doors are reinforced, but against the living and the dead. Would it be protected by some sort of guard? But the answer to this problem is simple. We only need Kara to lend us her voice, so that we can override the old security measure and get to the heart of the facility. What do you say, Kara? Will you help your girl out of the old time's sake? Hope quickly writes something down on her phone. A few seconds later, a nearly perfect imitation of Kara Montgomery's voice escaped her speaker. You know it. Let's the T. Let's do it. Let's bust this bitch open. Wow, the sound quality is incredible, and the voice sounds only the tiniest bit off. Why don't you pay for that tech? It was worth it. It's free online, actually. No, I don't know. And if you're afraid of consequences from the Camarilla, don't be. I'm assuming full responsibility, and my ass is covered. I got some favors to collect and to offer. To offer? Besides, Kara's goddamn snake, and everybody knows it. No important player will miss her influence. They were only tolerating her in case she hit it big with her attack. But she hits some sort of wall. It's all about cash in abundance. Life is a bitch, and then you die. Life it is a bitch. Some part sounds a tiny bit too robotic. Could there be a pattern there? Too bad she will never get the chance to succeed. So without further ado, shall we? Love to. Hope starting marching towards the revolving door. You close your eyes, make an effort to sharpen your sense, and follow the Malkavian into the lobby of the double spiral building. To the sole security guard entrance, he raises his voice to ask about your business, but he stops short by Hope's commanding voice. No need, we're expected. The man looks lost and disoriented for a moment, then the gear in his head slowly begins to turn, and he nods his head, silently opening the leading to the elevators? What? 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 Hope heads into the one of them, and you follow. She presses a button, and then the cars start heading to the lowest floor. Eventually, the doors open, and the Dungeon Master Guide PDF. Okay, thank you. Welcome to the Kara Montgomery Deadly Dungeons, Andorea. What? 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 Are we gonna have fight dragons and shit? Or robots in this case? What was that? What was that? Okay, little tiny wincy bit confused, okay. What appeared before your eyes are dimly lit corridors of an IT office, and be silent. It looks no different from the internet cafe, to be honest. There is stiff and dusty, and there is a sharp, rotten stench in the air that you are unable to identify. The menacing atmosphere makes it hard to recognize at first, but it looks like an active workplace. It really is a dungeon, although a corporate one, where people are cheated of life. You feel a pang of anger. This is the real face of class warfare. There are conditions people in power will offer us if they didn't feel a need to keep up appearances. You control girl. They just get to the first door and test my little Kara out. You follow her until reach at the end of the corridor. There you encounter an expansive looking reinforced door with voice control on the side. Hope pushes a button, a robotic voice comes out of the speaker. Semiotics. Semiotics! Seriously? Come on. Hope types the word into her phone and lets virtual Kara repeat the password. Semiotics. Sound rings out, reminiscent the cues that TV quiz shows you to let the contestant know he gave the wrong answer. Prepare your hour, please try again. You give Hope a nervous look. She bites her lip and presses the button again. Hyperial! Tap 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 tap. I'm here. Access granted. The door slowly open. You notice your companion is wearing a sour expression. Looks like the attack isn't quite perfect. At least the password seems randomized, so we can try brute force our way in. I see system locks us out after a few failed attempts. Yeah, that actually worries me a little bit. She shakes her head and turns to you, her lips attempting to approximate a sincere smile. Well, we can only hope that the data you collected is enough. There'll be some more we go. She marches into the room, and you walk right after her. The doors lock behind you with a loud toot. Okay. This wide open office would be as murky as the corridor you just left if it wasn't for rows of monitors illuminating the space. A shadowy figure stares at every screen in the room. Carl's voice plays from a speaker. Behold, this is where the magic happens. A family of driven folks hungry for success, or will take it a boost by the horns, building a high-performance culture together. Now the figure raises their heads, they're too busy programming, organizing spreadsheets, and typing an endless string of text. Well, AI is just gonna take your job. And gonna take your job. Good evening, are you just deaf? Don't worry, they're likely just a bunch of goals and whatnot. Hard-working, conditioned, tireless, low maintenance, kinda dumb, perfect workers. Maybe not perfect, to be honest. Probably won't leave their seats unless we make them, but let's not. We got more important things to do, like destroying a few years worth of the work. Just a few years, huh? The figures don't stop pounding away at their keyboards. In fact, they don't react to her words at all. Alright, so we go straight to the server room to do what you want. To check on the side of the room first. Should we? You all call. I prefer wrap things up here as fast as possible, but hey, your car is here with us thanks to the data you gather. You betcha. If you think you can use her voice for something useful, hey, feel free to do it. I kinda just wanna be done. I don't wanna stick too much on the, on the wolf's den. Yeah, let's just move it. It's too risky. I am a little bit curious, don't get me wrong. But the cat is killed by curiosity. Yeah. This is your show, let's just get a helicopter of yourself as you can. You follow Hope out of the room. Another depressing corridor reeking of who knows what. You expect Hope to walk to the very end again, but this time she stops halfway and starts mumbling under her breath. Wait, was this door or... Don't tell me she's moved things around. Probably. It looks like she's been here before. Not a surprise in itself, but she gives off an impression of a person who used to know the entire layout of the building very well. You think they both founded it? But then she left. After brief reflection, Hope approaches a door a few feet away and pushes the button next to it. That's cheery. Apocalypse! Okay. First glance, this office looks very similar to the last one. You entered, rows of screens and rows of listless silhouettes in front of them. However, Hope quickly spot the difference. What the fuck is this, a value? Target confirmed. Moving to data room. The room with the endless machines at the back of the open space. Hope walks in, takes out some hardware out of a bag she's carrying and begins the process of removing the data. She have invested in SSDs, sis, trying to bust out my portable Deo Guzzler. She turns to you. This will take a good minute. I got a few other tricks up my sleeve. If you find something that interests you, let me know. Should we wait near her or take a look around? I'd rather stay here, who knows what might happen. Viruses, the ghosts, hard drive, some plain old boring vandalism. Hope you don't expect anything breathtaking to happen here. You are breathtaking! You don't know, you don't, and he doesn't. You spend most of the following 30 minutes gazing at the dead icon and the screen next to you. When Hope is nearly done with her digital mischief, an error message appears on the cool screen. He tries to fight it for a while, but it's futile, so he slumps down, resigned, just like fall on the floor and start crying. A while passes, finally you hear a triumphant yell. Yeah! Hold down, baby, looks like those boys are finally going to get a break. You realize the constant silent rhythm of mechanical keyboards has stopped. The workers are all idling, slumped over their desks, completely resigned to the fact that their raison d'être has disappeared. Hopefully hurriedly collects her hardware and motion you to follow her after her. Should we get very quickly out of here? Alright, we're almost done. Now we just need to take care of the backups and we can get the hell out of here. So, where are the backups? You take a last glance at the ghost and follow her step. Yet another corridor, hardly discernible from the previous ones. This giant underground complex. How much money has Montague spent on it? Probably a fudge ton. Hope looks around, frowning, mumbling, something indecipherable. Eventually she points in front of her. Okay, they went out of names to just throw random numbers. There it is, where she must keep the backups. It's a sturdy metal door like any other in this building. Right next to it, however, a voice-based security system you know pretty well by now. To be honest, if I was paranoid like her, I would probably put a different type of code on. I wouldn't put a voice code for each one of the door. I would put a different type of code on each one of the door, probably. Please, 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 just not last a second, surprise. She hesitated to do it, but eventually she pushes the button. Eternal return. How dutifully types down the time of her phone. Eternal return. That's a nice place, right again. Hope hisses under her breath. This time you push the button. Double spiral. Double spiral. Tap tap. Double spiral. You feel like time has frozen. For whatever reason, it takes longer than usual for the speaker to deliver the verdict. And we got in. What a relief. That was very loud. The metal doors grind loudly as they invite you in. This time you walk in first and Hope follows. Wait a minute, you recognize this place. I recognize this place. Where the fuck are we? We shouldn't be here, but there's no two ways about it. Yep. This is Hope's heaven. Same bed, same decoration, same ambience, all a lot more dusty, but... Oh... The backups are in the back, I'll just get them. She seems a little sheepish as she approaches the double spiral device and unpacks her own hardware to take care of them, to take in your surroundings. My modest guess is that she probably worked with her, but something else happened and she left. So it's like that, huh? You understand everything now. I do? Hope 6. Doesn't take a genius to figure out now. She looks at you as if she was about to add something, then bites her tongue and gets back to restoring her rival's life. She makes it obvious she doesn't want to re-examine her past. You rest against the bed, quietly watching Hope's technological wizardry and wondering about her past relationship with Kara, who knows how long. Every second you spend here, you become more impatient to get out. Eventually the device surrounding the double spiral becomes start disappearing to the back and we're taken out of. Looks like the process is nearing completion and you decide to approach the door before it does. However, before you even make a move, the doors begin to make a grinding noise. You freeze up watching them open. Behind them stands the very person you were afraid will appear. That's the punk t-shirt you hope you will avoid seeing tonight. Really? Wasn't this predictable if you think about it? I mean, if you have a door, wouldn't you have a signal telling you that you opened the door? Like a message, like saying, oh, someone opened the door. I know because, well, you know, well, yeah. Yeah, you got me, you got me. Jesus fucking Christ the Almighty. Hope raises her hand and their eyes met, both their faces momentarily turned stone. Oh. 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 You could pick up an emotion from the stairs and you'd probably be right. An unbearable tension fills the room as nobody wants to make the first move. Eventually, Soap decides to break his stalemate by loudly pressing the enter button on her laptop and immediately dropping it to their back. You doubt it's anything more than a provocation, the Malkavian letting her opponent know she won. But it works. The noise makes Montgomery snap out her stupor. You psycho! You fucking demented, vindictive psycho! Terry turns stick with murderous intent. Hi. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Hi. Hope pretends that she hasn't noticed. Scar's blood test becomes palpable. Oh, you were supposed to be on the other side of the city right now at the meeting. I'm notified about every failed voice authentication attempt. Got back here expecting to find some idiots still trying to make their way through the front. Okay. Yeah, that was what I was worried about. 30 minutes. She was quite quick. Well, she looks around. But I never expected. Just how? Hope reluctantly typed something down on her phone. I'm the CEO of Double Spiral, and I know it's wrecking my shit! Kara grimaced at the sound of her own voice and quickly connected the dots. You fucking Grimly. How do you get your hands on that kind of tech? Even I! Company secret! I was provoking her. No two ways about it. Kara knows, so she's trying to keep it cool. I built this paradise for you. For us! For yourself and nobody else. What happened to the hope I used to know? She can't come to the phone right now. She's dead. I regret that the day I let you into my life. Stop lying to yourself, Kara. You only regret the day you let me out of my life. Shouldn't let your must live, honey. A snappy response almost escaped Kara's mouth, but she managed to stop herself before letting the discussion devolve into a childish spot. Just tell me there's a copy of my data you haven't ruined, and I'll let you out here alive. She gives you a hateful look. This is just me, just smiling to the whole process, like, Both of you. Hope tilts her head and flashes an evil ear-to-ear grin. Truthful MSM, not a single bit of that data remains. More than a decade of your work down to the drain. Welcome to the worst night of your life since the dome crash, Miss Montgomery. Carl looks as if a stake was just driven through her heart. She started to collapse, sliding down against the door like she was sinking deeper and deeper into her personal hell. Hope just stared at her Tommen wearing an indecipherable expression, waiting for her rival to reach the floor. Then she does, and then at the lowest point of her life, she finds something unexpected. I never ever want to do this. It's not me. Her voice sounds completely different. But if there's only one way out of this mess, I'm going to take it. I'm going to get back my data. Hope looks confused for a second, then an understanding dawns to her. Come on, Kara, you wouldn't dare you started this game, now accept your loss. The game isn't over until all players are out of moves, honey. Bury your fangs now, there are two of us against one, even if you commit the sin of a diablerie? Diablerie? What the hell? Oh! The consumption of another kinder's blood to the point that the victim's final death. Vampires may only lower their generation permanently through this abhorrent practice, but also incorporate the target's very nature and spirit to themselves. So if you wanna suck her dry. The last time something like this happened to me, I was ready to die. I think I'll take my chance. It's not like I haven't dreamed about feeling my fangs inside you for a long time. So you want me to give me this one victory? For once and for all that I was right? It was never about me, but about all the stupid garbage in my head. A victory, please. Victory as material, unlike your little line arguments. She's serious about this, Andorea. She wants to devour me as a whole, sacrifice her humanity in exchange for access to my soul and everything I know. Wait, she's already not human. What the hell are you talking about? Stay away, Andorea. You want money, data, domain, privilege? Domain privilege? A position on a double spiral, and if you want, you can get it if you just look the other way. Don't listen to this shit. The moment the prince finds out, is a final dead for. Okay. And Kara runs, her move resembling a beast more than a human, immediately closing the distance to Hope. Then she jumps at the Malkavian like a wild animal hunting her prey. Hope is still attempts to defend herself, but is immediately overwhelmed. Laying on the ground, she looks like a deer in the headlights. Kara, on the other hand, looks like a bear ready to maul its victim. If you want to react, you need to do it now. Okay, get the heck out. What? Did you actually really calm yourself? Okay. Just, divide them. You push yourself on the limit and let your powers take over. They will slow down, letting you run up to Kara and Hope in the blink of an eye. You immediately grab Montgomery by her clothes and attempt to yank her side. Oh my god, I'm getting hungry. In going beast mode. However, the moment she recognizes your touch, she immediately attempts to swat you down. Despite your superhuman speed, she's still almost as quick as you. Her limbs keep zooming wildly towards your vital areas. You dodge every one of them, but each time feels like narrowly jumping out of the way of an oncoming truck. You back away, better try something different before she gets lucky and hits you. Calmly look around? Wait. There's no point in just rushing it blindly. Cause like a feral animal right now, you don't wrestle with those. Use tool to overwhelm them. You look at Hope's bag. Will any of their device help? No. Well, hell. Think hard. You look at the bed, the pillows, the canopy. Hooks hanging down from the ceiling. Bingo. You grab one of the hooks and yank the chain. Is long enough for your idea to work. You run up to Kara, who's about to maul Hope like a wild animal. Then I stab her with all your strength. The hook gets deep underneath her skin. Kara yells, but there's more surprise than pain in her voice. You quickly wrap the chain around her a few times, then you step back and start pulling it with all your strength. Oh my god, I'm going beast mode. Kara's taken by surprise, still not understanding what's going on. She loses her balance and gives her victim a chance to escape. Hope takes it, still dazed. She takes a second to understand the situation, but when she does, she runs up to you and starts pulling the chain with you. Okay. You never handle her alone, but Hope displays surprising strength while pulling the chain. A minute later, she's hanging above the floor like a butcher carcass. The end of the hook is stuck in her chest and sinking deeper as she struggles. However, she's flailing so wildly she might free herself before he puts her out of commission. Arg. You on one hand so to desperately search for something that can help you under the bed. Belt, handcuffs, or whip. Belts, handcuffs, and whip. A giant kettle prop. Oh. Huh? Oh. Is a thing? Okay. Interesting. You have no time to bemusedly. You put it to her head and turn it on. Fair enough. Why there's a kettle prop? Hope there is still electricity on this one. The device must be modified. The power current is so powerful it causes scaring almost immediately. She's getting weaker and weaker. Argargarg, argargar, argargar. It takes Kara a while to accept defeat, but eventually she does. Her body seemingly lifeless, her head hanging down. She looks like a grotesque portrayal of defeat. The hook must have reached her heart. It takes Hope a long time to collect herself. Eventually she managed to speak up. Well, I guess we gotten up to this point, huh? Just like Kara before, Hope started to talk in a completely different way than she usually does. You have a bad feeling about this. I do. You want me to add my data to yours? You know, I can grant your wish. Except not the way you imagine it. Hope starts mumbling and circling around Kara for the first time since you met her. She acts like she doesn't have her phone in her hand. This violent aura. The Malkavian looks deeply into your eyes and she knows you know what she tempted to do. You silently beg for her not to do it. It doesn't feel right. Okay. I believe she wants to drink the blood. She puts on a devilish smirk and starts walking towards Kara, looking like a zombie. She starts mumbling under the breath. You can see her fangs when she speaks. Liberate yourself from the shackles of ordinary morality. Make them scream, feel them warmth. She stops in front of Kara and turns to you with a melancholy spark in her eye as she's ready to say goodbye. Then she utters one word. Psych. Okay. Fuck. Her slouch pulse immediately straighten out. Her fingers start dancing on the phone screen again. She sends you a wink. Got your ass. I'm bleeding. I'm dying. You shake your head, sig, but it's sig of relief. Don't worry, I'm not about to give into temptation here. Remember our previous arrangements? You helped me out, and now it's time for me to return the favor. Hope tilts her head and looks at Kara. I'll call in some favor and take care of her. She was about to commit diablerie, and I know other people would love to see her hang for it. Not that she needs my any help with that now. A puppet is dangling sadly by a single thread. By the way, I've disabled security, so you're free to leave whenever you want, and call me whatever you want. I'm part of a gang now, Semper Fi, and that's all that. I stay here and take care of some unfinished business, and hey, we've done a great job. You start heading towards exit and give her a thumbs up. I'm beast mode now. I'm very close to dying, I'm a little bit worried. She laughs a little, already back to her usual self. Right back at you, see you around, Normie. See you around. See you around, Hope. Your coterie just became more unique than you ever thought it would be. And is worrying me a lot. A piece of paper sticking out of your mailbox is a computer printout, a note and a screenshot from Google Maps. It reads, meet me at the indicated spot tomorrow at 10 PM. I'll pick you up and we'll take it from here. Okay, no signature. The place marked on the map is a lookout point near Pier 1, just next to Brooklyn Bridge. You check the phone that Mia passed on to you. No new message, no missed call. It's all a bit fishy, but there's only one way to find out who addressed this to you. Looks like tomorrow evening has been planned out for you. Ah, you're just gonna end my day like that. Okay, great. You go downstairs as soon as you wake up. One more glance at the phone. No news from Mia. Take a car down to Brooklyn Park on Front Street and approach the meeting spot cautiously. Figure out Mia Size is standing there, dressed in an oversized jacket, looking out toward Manhattan. As you approach, you can hear her muttering something. Mia? What? It's true, but I do not think it's true. What? Mia? It is true, but I do not think it's true. If I do not think it's true, then it cannot be true, and if it cannot be true, then... Is she aged? What happened? Are you the one who left the note? In my apartment? The woman turns around. It's not Mia, whoever it is. You have never seen her before. She looks perfectly plain and unmemorable. The ink on the paper did the message leave. The ink on the paper did not. Did your face here bring? Woman? You turn around, 3 men, all of them barely threatening, approach you. One of them takes the lead. So, you got the message? Yes, I got the message. Yes, I did. What is this about? Category, what's this about? We're taking a trip, friend. The boss wants to meet you. Toki? You mean Toki? What? You gotta be shitting me. Toki ain't the boss of jack shit. I mean boss Callahan, you diabass. Let's let you get move on. You got places to be. The voice of that woman keeps creeping into your consciousness. The litany of gibberish ever present throughout this entire conversation. The man cracks his knuckles. Oh, we can do it the hard way. Escape the trap. Is it a trap? Am I gonna die? I am in a bad spot because I have blood, right? I am like slightly weak. I kinda wanna escape, but I feel like it will put me in a bad spot. Let's try that. Coming here was a mistake. It's time to blow this joint. The muscle tense in preparation for a sprint that will take you away from this place and back inside your car. A shriek fills your head. It's the woman. She's ridiculing you, provoking you to stay and fight, to show them you are not to be ordered around. They try to overcome you, but you fight back. You break one guy's nose and dislocate another's kneecap. Yeah, who's big and scary now, you fuckers? A stake slams in your chest, so it was pointless. The man who talked to you appears to before your face, smiling and crooked smiles. I always have to do everything myself, loading him on the boat, you sort of cocksuckers. Oh, barely conscious, it's impossible to tell where they are taking you or how long it will take. A sucking sound, a clear sensation of having a cavity in your chest that wasn't there before. A deep voice breaking through this oblivion you are returning from. So, it was meaningless. Oh my boy, you're truly a nuisance sometimes, but you do get the job done, that's why I respect you. Thank you, boss. Sai comes back to you, the owner of the deep voice, a curious sign dressed in what can only be described as a Victorian clothing. With a monocle and grey-red hair. Is this Callahan? There we go, coming to, are we? Hey, you inspired one, eh? Vincent, is this fledgling spirited, would you say? Yeah, boss, sure, spirited. I believe you already know who I am. You're the Anarch Baron. Ain't that the truth? Douglas Callahan is my name, but you may call me boss. Everybody does, for good reason. I've invited you here to have a friendly chat. Now let me make myself perfectly clear. I am disappointing you, truly disappointed. I arranged this meeting to allow you to make amends. First, though, I have to make sure you understand what your infraction was. So, do you know why you are here? I feel like you're dying to tell me. Don't get smart with me. He takes your face in his hand while Vince holds you in a tight grip. He squeezes hard and looks you deep in your eyes. Talk is the reason you're here on that little angry strumpet of his. I'm told, yes, Mia. I know how I love to get my hands on her gold neck and bring it until it breaks. But see, I'm a statesman, and that's not the prudent thing to do. No, indeed, the prudent thing to do is to tolerate bald hair and the blasted ebony skin mantle dress. Look at what the word has become this night. Here I am lambasting a black man and a woman in front of a wealth of Asian descent. My papa, rest his soul, will not believe it. Ah, there it is. This is death. Finish with your disgusting rant. Oh, fledgling, you have no idea who you are messing with. He looks at you with rage in his eyes and you feel insignificant and vulnerable. An irrational fear takes you over. You cannot speak up against this man again. You just can't, he's too terrifying. Now that I have your full attention, I will request something from you and you will obey me to the letter. But that comes later. First, we'll answer a few questions. The first in which is, who pointed you to Mia? This is rough. Nobody, it was my idea. Oh really, and what was your intention behind the meeting? I needed Mia help. I needed her help with something. Oh come on now, you have to be more specific than that. You need to know exactly what it was you discussed. She wanted me to do her a favor. To kill a guy named Bruce about his master name. Oh, is that so, Vincent? Do we know this Bruce? I don't know, no, Bruce, boss. I am not surprised, Vincent. I investigate this myself later. See, that wasn't hard now, was it? Of course, I cannot be sure how much of what you told me was true, and how much of it is worth about as much as yesterday. Oh shit. But I'll find out, I always do, and when I do, I will have another one of those sneak talks, and maybe, just maybe, I'll avoid this upcoming pleasant episode next time. Get a Vincent sign and that burly man starts hitting you all over us. Bush, bush, bush. Ribs and fingers break, your foot is mangled under Vince's boot, your shoulder dislocated, your nose wrecked. Better now, Vincent, leave them be. He snaps his fingers in front of your face a few times and checks if you can focus his face. You can, but barely. I'm a man of principle. Another night I will perhaps put you in a casket, dip into concrete, and up into Hudson. I've ever of mine during the roaring 20s, and it's been a while. But like I mentioned before, I'm nothing but prudent, and so the interest of this city's kindred must come before my own needs and wants. I will therefore let you continue your existence. Well, here's what I require in return for this boon. You're forbidden to meet a talkie. Okay, I will keep an eye on you. On him, if you want a place with the Anarchs, you go through me and only me. Got it? You have to understand that what I made my associates do to you tonight was just business. We can still work out a mutually beneficial relationship. In fact, this is either that or your final death. Time to go, Vincent. Take the boat and leave the fledgling here. I think they have a lot to think about. Sure thing, boss. Please pleasure to making your acquaintance. Calican walks away, as do Vince and his band of thugs. You lie on the ground for a while longer, feeling the blood is slowly putting your body back together, your hunger growing. This is very bad. You can hear the beast calling for sustenance, for safety. Your revenge, a distant but pronounced desired. It's not until you mend yourself enough to appear more as a mangling victim, that impossibly mangled walking cadaver, that you hail when you hail a passing taxi passing ahead back to your heaven. The whole way there, you are tempted by the beast. Is this meant to be? Your driver at 30-something with a strong Slavic accent and an unpronounceable name, and his D keeps asking if he should drive you to the hospital. You keep the kind of while thinking if only you asked him to pull over for 5 minutes, you could feast on his warm bloody to the beast's content, drinking him whole. Nobody will know. Nobody but his wife and kids if he has them. Nobody but his boss and co-workers. Nobody but you. You look in the mirror tomorrow. Keeping your hunger at bay was never before as difficult as it is tonight. The car stops at your apartment building. There is nobody around. You can do it. Do it now. Now. I don't want to kill him. Or is the beast cold? You pay the driver and walk out fast, leave the car behind to look back. Look back, walk back, feed. No, through the door upstairs, key in the lock, open the apartment, walk in, lock yourself in. The familiar four walls of your heaven are a blessing. The beast inside you keeps nagging, but keep it at bay tonight. A small feat given your state. You're still weak, you're still not quite mended. You need to rest for tomorrow. You'll have to feed again. Tomorrow you have to consider your next move. Callahan is not the kind of man who quits, but tonight you rest. Waking up tonight feels different for two reasons. For one, you are pleasantly surprised that your body mended reasonably well while you were resting, SMH. It comes with a caveat though, the hunger you feel is pronounced, the beast like a black dog on the edge of your vision, following you. But it's truly remarkable is waking up to the tune of an old cell phone ringtone, a known number is calling the phone you got from Mia. You pick up. Get that old thing charged after all, huh? You're right. I feel like shit. No, actually I feel like shit. Oh, that's too bad, I don't really care. I was just being polite, I'm calling with good news. Toki had agreed to meet you. There's a pie in the Bronx, salt in the stripes. Be there tonight. 2 things. No drinking on the premise, so if you want to grab a snack, do it before setting foot in the room. And it is an exclusively no powers meeting. We'll be rubbing shoulder with commoners the whole evening, and also we don't trust you, so keep it casual, or you blow it. Anything you'd like to add? Will you protect me from Calican? You were to meet, I need you to offer me protection from Calican. I met him yesterday. He kicked my ass and forbade me from meeting Toki. Silence on the line. Fuck. More silence. I cannot promise you any protection on your way there on the back, but at the pub you'll be on Toki's domain. For all this posturing, Calican doesn't have the balls to strike Toki directly. We'll post an additional lookouts on watch, that's the best I can do. If Calican go under your skin, I get it. I was in that spot once or twice too. All I got to say is, the risk is worth it. If you don't show tonight, I won't blame you, but it's one-time offer only. You gotta hedge your bets, just don't do anything stupid. You meet with us tonight, I better be in good faith. She ends the call. First thing first, you take the subway York Street station, walk in front of street. Retrieve your car, weigh your option while driving back to your haven. Trust your intuition. Okay. You've been doing this for a good few nights, you're getting feel for it. You're learning what kind of predator you are and what kind of blood you crave. You got caught in yesterday's problems, and this cloak and dagger debacle you are now part of. The hunt feels almost automatic and casual tonight, a fragment of your surrenders control. Just, okay, we healed a little bit. Just minutes after you find your victim, coax them and drink from them, you find you've forgotten their face and how they were dressed. It only hits you once you look at yourself in your car rear mirror. He was wrong. You cannot let this become the norm. You hurt somebody, a human being, a monster. You need to stay mindful of this. You are a monster, but unless you let yourself off the hook, you can hold on your humanity and not let yourself slide down the spiral. Instead of clearing your mind, this clouded it further, and you are still no closer to a decision. I drive around. You intend to visit Toki tonight, but you decide to drive around a bit first. Something tells you there might be somebody tailing you. It sounds sensible to try to lose them. You spend a good 2 hours looking in your rear mirror and driving all over the city before finally driving to the Bronx. You take some basic precaution as you enter Toki turf. You park a few streets over from where the pub is and walk towards it while keeping an eye for any suspicions. That kinder for the most part look no different than the regular people. Makes things complicated, of course. If you are being followed or watched, it's going to be hard to tell. You reach the pub, shoot a final glance around, there's nobody suspicious around as far as you can see, and open the door. The smell of cigarettes is overwhelming, the whole place has an aura about it. A constant fog hanging around under the ceiling, lethargic fans do nothing to disperse it, the constant crack of a billiard balls, and clinging of glass that tells you all you need to know about the clientele. Not a very vampiric place at all. You wonder if you got the others right. But apparently you did. Mia's here to motion you over to the one of the few tables around. Took you a sweet time to get here. What? Got cold feet? Never mind. Anyone follow you? Not that I know of. Fair enough. Before I introduce you, there is some outstanding business to discuss. I appreciate the help with getting that name out of Bruce. He's going to be tough not to crack his master. He's one of the lowmen, times where they sooner lie with us than the camp. Anyway, this is the night for a history lesson. Toki's been waiting for you. He's been impressed by your work so far. It's your chance to shine, don't blow it. Rise and shine, ladies and gentlemen. You walk towards one of the tables. A guy in a coat hat leans over to take this shot. He's way ahead of his opponent. Table is clear of his balls, save for the 8 ball in a tricky position. You're here. Hello? Be with you in just a moment. He hits his fast, precise, sends the black ball exactly where its players wanted. His opponent lets out a frustrated sick. And that's that. I believe that's $150 American, Joey. You wanna pay up now or up the stakes again? As a gruntled man accepts his defeat and pays up, then declares he's going to grab another beer. The victor got the spoils, thank you kindly. He turns his full attention to you. The man is good looking, if somehow gold intense. His eyes especially seem to pierce right through your core, but not in an unpleasant way. Name is Toki, I believe you're Andorea. Sophie's Langley new plaything, is that right? How does everybody always know that? You're Anarchs too, how does everybody knows about that? Or tell us fast when you care to listen. Fledgling, we wouldn't be talking tonight if we hadn't learned that a long time ago. Forgive my being real with you right off the bat, but I'd like to know which scene I'm dealing with. So here's something that I've been scratching my head about. If you are with Langley and Langley's scam true and true, I'm told that it is you come to accomplish here tonight. Do I simply tell him? Sophie Langley wants to meet you. Don't ask why. She didn't tell me. She just said this has something to do with gathering allies against Boss Callahan, and I'm here to arrange that meeting. The fuck? I knew nothing about it, T. They lied to me. Mia furious. She's looking at the pool cue and at you as if she was figuring out the best combination from the two. It's fine. I appreciate the honesty. Even if you weren't straight with my second in command, that I don't appreciate. Well. Ain't that an interesting proposition? You can't be seriously thinking about meeting with Langley. She's a hardline cam. It's a trap. It must be. It just might be. It just might. He looks at you, pierces you with unnaturally keen eyes. He's about to say something when a door opens at the back of the room. Hey, Torky. Gotta guess. I'm in the back. Mia, won't you be there and keep your new friend company? I'll see the commotion is. Sure thing. Torky tips his hat at you and walks into the back, joining the man who called for him. Mia glowers at you, this time weighing one of the pool balls in her hand. She looks like she has half a mind to chunk it at your face. Then I'll be quite happy with yourself bluffing you're wearing here. Sorry it has to be that way. Wish I did this differently, but it's what it is. I'm not proud of myself. You shouldn't be. You make me look like a chump in front of Toki. I was beginning to think that this might make a good addition to our little family. There's a whole lot of trust you have to regain before that happens now. Toki appears from the door at the back and calls across the room. Yo, Mia, can I grab you for a sec? Andorea, get over here too. You got the back room, is basically a storage area with a single wooden desk. It's pretty cramped, especially considering there's 5 other people in there with you. Torky ushers you in and closes the door behind you, and Mia, 2 burly dudes, while holding somebody down. A familiar voice reaches your ear. Vince? Motherfucker, you're gonna pay for this, you hear me? The boss is going to fuck you up so bad you have no idea. Have you had the doubtful pleasure of meeting Mr. Cheruti before, Andorea? Yeah, we met yesterday. You fucked! You're so fucked you don't even know it. You stupid piece of shit. She landed you yesterday. The boss told you to stay away. You should have listened. That's a story and a half, ain't it? Vince, calm down and tell me how many of your guys are still out there on my turf, huh? Go fuck yourself. You're done. The boss will know this stupid piece of shit Fledgling came here. He knows they're with Langley. You know what that means, Toki. No, I don't. What does it mean, Vince? Now the boss is gonna wipe you out. He'll just say you're sucking Langley tits and all those buddies of yours. Gone. You're done, Toki. Well, now, if that's the case, I guess riding New York City of your today ass won't make things any easier, huh? Will it? Actually, there's an idea. Vince mentioned that he beat you up yesterday. You hear that, right, Andorea? You want to repay the favor? Gladly. Go right ahead. Steak Vince? You hit Vince once, twice, he's chuckling in the beginning, but you focus your blood for some extra oomph and keep hitting him again and more until he stops laughing. He bruised, battered and broken. The 2 Anarch dudes let go of him and you kick him some more while he's on the floor. You only stop when you hear Toki's voice. Enough, Andorea. He takes an old pull cue and breaks over his knee. Stake him and take him downstairs. Let's keep Callahan guessing about what happened to his favorite puppet. He takes the sharp piece of wood and jams it into the Vince's chest. His features grow slack, his entire body inert. He doesn't even give out a yelp. The other 2 Anarchs take him out of the room. Okay, you see this point? So I stake him anyway. So the other option will actually take energy out of me to do. So what the fuck? What's that point? Whatever. As entertaining as that was, I think Vince is his unmatched wisdom, shared more than Callahan would hope for. It changes things. Ever heard about Operation Lights Out, Andorea? It was a second Inquisition effort where in New York, a single night of raids at a magnitude never seen before, or since the Ivory Tower got away with just a few losses here and there. No major players were hit. They managed to find safe spots and stay out of the eye of the shitstorm. Us, though, we got hit hard. All over town, heavens were rooted out, entire coteries and safe house gone. Just like that, nobody saw it coming. We barely get out in one piece. Mia looks at him with concern and puts a hand on his arm. He shrugs off, gently but surely. Others like my Charlie, Bob. or Mia's sire extinguished. You know who got out without a scratch? Camarilla. We thought about it for a few years. How is that a big bee managed to excuse himself from the Staten Island Museum? You know, we used to meet just before bands full of guys in body armor show up. How is that my baby is burning up after being shot in incendiary rounds? And also see Callahan running with his tail between his legs, pushing fledglings like you into part of the SI. We think the Buster knew what was coming, and he set us up. Not just us. Some of our brothers and sisters who got hit had some of the lowest profiles in the city's lick population. The moral of the story? Callahan is an opportunistic motherfucker, and if his thickest followers suggest he's going to sell me out, then that's what he's going to do, as sure as the sun rises. He pauses for a moment and you see him reach a decision. You say something about Langley having an offer for me. Might be your fault in part that I'm in a disjuncture, but now is going to be a good time as any to listen to what she has to say. I don't think that's wise, T. But what do you have me to do then? You say yourself, it's all this fledgling fault. They brought this on us, so let us use them as bargaining chip. Callahan wants them, Langley needs them. They're valuable. What the fuck, Mia? Me valuable? I'm just a pawn. No, you're wrong, I'm just a pawn. That's why Sophie sent me here. Plausible deniability and all that, I'm expendable. The realization that you just summarized the entirety of the last 2 weeks or so hits you hard. I'm just a pawn! But if there was a moment to be honest with yourself, it is now. Fuck. The man puts his hands on Mia's shoulders. She calms down a bit. We are afraid, Andorea, but then what else is new? It's a paradox being who we are. The hunter one night, the hunted another. Master of the night, slaves to dawn, a duality to everything. Mia, I understand your concern, but I need you to trust me like you did before. This is my call and my responsibility. You can give me shit about it later, like I'm sure you will. Count on it. He smiles, then takes no bullshit look and points at you. 3 conditions. First, you can't pick me up personally and bring me to the meeting spot, and if anything goes sideways, it's your ass. Second, Mia's coming with me. No 2 ways about it. 8 eyeballs in the meeting, the 2 of you and the 2 of us, nobody else. And the third, the meeting is in Park downtown, some spot frequented by mortals, you know. You see, you take us anywhere fishing, we check out and fuck you up, and as a message to Langley. I count on it not coming to that, so you seem likable enough. The camp hasn't... I count on it Jesus fuck. There's a lot to read, okay guys. I count on it not coming to that though. You seem likable enough. The camp hasn't got into its talents you yet. Keep it up and maybe you'll come to the same conclusion we did in your time. I'll wait and see. I might if there's even an anarchical movement this city after the Camarilla gets its way. Don't worry, don't you worry now. The camp only seems like a stable monolith. Just wait until they get bored of Panhard's room. Let me tell you, nothing quite as frantic and amusing, and well-dressed rats scurry over one another to call themselves the Prince of the Pile, if even for a moment. Best be on your way. As for me here, when you need me, the bartenders know how to get in touch. Just ask him to put in owner on the line. Mia walks you to the door and accompanies you to the car. Listen about what I said before. Save it. She freezes for a second, then shrugs her shoulders. Your call. See ya. She starts walking back to the bar as you start the engine and head back to Sophie's apartment. Time to give Sophie the good news. She welcomes you as openly as ever, clearly excited to see you and for what news you might bring. Good evening, Andorea. How's your task going? You have something for me, perhaps? It's done, but it cost me dearly. I did what you asked, but I got in some serious trouble. They almost killed me. Killed you? Ooh, slow down, tell me what happened. Callahan for me for meeting too. Boss Callahan is going to grab me yesterday and forced me to meet him. It was very clear that I cannot be seen talking to a turkey or he helped have me killed when I did it anyway. I appreciate your dedication, I really do. I'm sorry if you got hurt. Thank you for following through. Well, let's hear it. What did Toki agree to? You lied on a leader's condition, you pick him up as me up. The meeting should only include the 4 of you and it should be held in our public space. That was all fair enough, although I do worry about that Mia character. Tell me, do you think she's trustworthy? She tried to sell me out. Talkie trusts her. Well, Talkie trusts her, so you can too, I think. Very well. As for the place, I wonder if they will agree to meeting Hudson Yards, the vessel. Plenty of tourists visit the place. We go there after midnight. She seems to have made up her mind. Yes, bring them there tomorrow night. Look for me near top level. What's important that you cannot just send him a letter or something. You'll be there to find out. Pick them up at midnight and drive back to Midtown. That's the plan. I'll be waiting as long as this takes within reason. I'm counting on you, Andorea. The final puzzle piece is about to find our way to our destination. After that, we will get our just reward. You and me and the Camarilla, even the Anarchs. I could kiss you. Yes, you like that, you decided. Yes, please! She must have caught in your expression. She smiles. I figure speech, darling. Well, at least it is tonight. But a few nights from now, who knows? I know in front of you, and success whets my appetite for these kinds of things. I would like to have a little bit of blood, just a tiny bit of blood, not yours, just, you know, to get the beast. The sexual tension in the room becomes unbearable until it suddenly disappears. What is another one of Sophie's tricks? Well, an actual spark or usual in both of your undead bodies. I certainly felt the blood flow through you for a short moment. The more your groin takes you by surprise. You just read it right. The more your groin takes you by surprise. You don't think you could do that anymore, or did you just imagine it? Yeah, it's probably your imagination. Use the rest of this night well, Andorea, and rest. We are but a day asleep away from shaking the sticking away. And ladies and gentlemen, it was a long one. Thank you for watching, as usual, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. And I'm gonna take a long break because, well, heck. And we're gonna unravel what's up with all this shit. So, we'll see. Is that a revolution? I sure hope so. Anyway, have a lovely evening, have a lovely day, and a lovely time.